When I think about my time spent at Colorado School of the Arts, I remember lifelong friendships made and invaluable experiences gained on the sets of films produced by the Film Arts Department. From 2017 to 2020, some of the department's best work was produced, from The Strigan, to Godzilla vs. Geico Gecko, to Wonder Windex. The most notable from this era, however, was 2019's The Collector. The Collector brought together a cast and crew at the absolute top of their game to produce an expertly crafted masterpiece. I'm creating this film to document the story behind the making of that legendary film. And right as the cast and crew are about to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Film Arts Department, I want to go back to CSA and get the story from the filmmakers themselves. Could you tell me a little bit about the first time you saw The Collector?
The first time. I mean, I can only think of terrible analogies. When Trump won, who was prepared for that, but in the opposite way? Imagine a weight tethering your heart from the core of the earth. And it just, if you understand what I mean. So at the fall film screening, the last chase scene with Regini, it was chasing cars. You were moved by the cars. You were in the car. You were going in the car. What the hell? What is going on? And I'm sobbing. I'm literally sobbing. And he is like, what the hell? Are you all right? I mean, is it just a chase scene? To me, that's profound. That is, yeah, that's what it is. Hey everyone. Yeah. It's great to see you again, Tristan. What's up, dude? It's really great to see you again. It's been such a long time.
We were just talking about how grateful we are that you're making the documentary and telling the story.
Of course,
Really I do have a question for you though. I'm just wondering if on camera does it look like I've gained any weight since The Collector?
No.
Good.
No.
Good. Do you know?
Man, how's it going?
It's good to see you.
It's been a while. I haven't seen you since like 7th grade, dude.
Back in the theater days.
Yeah.
So could you guys tell me a little bit about the practical aspects of The Collector and what it was like working with the costumes and the effects?
Yeah, I think that the costumes and the effects, they really added this like new level to the work. And, you know, especially for me going from being a young girl who was absorbed by The Collector, you know, in that costume, in the onesie, the infamous onesie, I felt so like sweet and innocent. And then when I immediately stepped into the costume of The Collector, I felt rabid and like honestly ready to kill.
The acting was so easy because of all of the work and all of the effects and all of the costumes, and it was maybe a detriment to my psyche, but it was truly a gift to my body.
Miller obviously wanted this to be the most amazing movie anybody had ever seen, and we all really tried to take that to heart. So something I actually did was I taught myself how to lucid dream so I could be in the presence of The Collector every night, you know? And it was the most intense thing I've ever experienced, right? The Collector, this crazy costume that's so intricate and just outstanding to look at visually. And it's chasing you every night, you know? You don't know what that does to you until you really experience that.
Hey, so great to see you again.
Jeez, you filled out.
Oh, thanks. Could you tell me a little bit about like that process and what editing this movie was like?
Yeah, it was wild. I definitely learned some new skills. For The Collector's screech, I actually used Lydia speaking Spanish, and I just reversed it.
Wow.
So I think that was like a DIY technique. Set was really fun. I mean, like, seeing the costuming, everything, that was super sick. And I got super close to some of the people on there. Miller was kind of in his own world, though.
What was your relationship with Miller like?
I mean, Miller was, and I don't say this lightly, Miller was a genius. He was a character, you know? That head of curly hair full of so many ideas.
I mean, I think he was also like a pretty despicable person, like on set, as far as like.
I don't know, I think he just had a vision and maybe you weren't fulfilling that vision he wanted you to be.
He had a vision, but I think he took it like a little bit too far.
What up, what up? Woo! What's up, sweetheart?
I miss those days. Some people would say that The Collector was really my magnum opus. I remember having to push my actors so hard for them to be able to give me the level of performance that I truly wanted. On set, I kept reminding myself of the famous words of my favorite actor, Christian Bale.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. You know, shut up for a second.
It truly is a joy to have the Collector family just come back together. It's also wonderful to finally get the recognition I deserve for this film.
So Miller was definitely very, very tough on me on set. And there was one day we were doing, it was insane. We'd been there for like 15 hours. And at this point, like the part of the movie we were filming, I was the Collector. So I was in the suit and we were in between takes and he was having like a really heated argument with the sound guy. I, kind of like wobbled my way over and I was like, hey, Miller, it's really hot in here. Could I maybe just take this off in between shots? He looked at what would have been my eyes, because, black sheep, and he said, shut up, bitch. You're going to Miller's corner.
What would a punishment look like on set?
Well, we'd probably go to Miller's corner.
I'm thinking to myself, what is Miller's corner? What is Miller's corner? I'm really nervous. And he leads me into this room. I feel what's like this perimeter of this kiddie pool.
Miller had this chair in this little, like, dollar store pool thing.
He tells me to sit down in it, and I'm feeling it, and I want to know what it is, because it doesn't feel like water, and there's this very weird aroma. I don't think it's water, so I scoop some up, I sniff it, it's milk.
On set, we had this thing called Miller's Corner, which was a beautiful sacred space where the actors could reflect on who they were as a character. And I just made them sit and flow in the milk. And as they're flowing, closing their eyes and experiencing what their character would feel, they just fully developed into a new actor entirely. Wow. Yeah.
What were the most difficult actors to work with?
Tessa DeCecco. I remember multiple times having to apprehend her by her small, frail little wrists and grabbing her and dragging her back into character.
Her wrists were pretty frail, and whenever she'd mess up, he'd sort of just go and just hold as tight as he could. She'd squirm, he wouldn't let go. Yeah, he pushed me a lot. He wanted me to be the best version I could of myself as editor, but also, like, if we were walking a set or something, he'd just kind of shove me and I'd fall over.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, really bad.
I think that's all we need from you guys. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Do you...
Big day. Did you say something?
I've been looking forward to this all year. I don't think there's ever been a film as deserving as this, as a cinematic honor for our department, for our school, for our city, for our state, for our country, for us as a global community. I think this will live on. It got into the New Delhi Youth Film Festival for youthful filmmakers. We get a letter saying that we were considered, and then it's rejected. This film, we got a letter and it said it was accepted. I think I knew from the first word, actually the first letter that I read of the script. And that doesn't happen often. I don't think it's ever happened to me. I've heard of this. It just goes right through your eyeball, and you just feel this is gonna be something special.
What was the letter?
I think it was T.
Can you tell me a little bit about the premiere of the film and what that was like?
People were crying, they were screaming, they were vomiting at times, vomiting out of happiness and joy.
The audience was throwing up. Looking to my left, chaos. I was with some of my bulimic girlies. They kind of got triggered by the whole thing, so we had to dip.
People vomited in a way that was cathartic for everyone.
Mauer, quit your yapping. We gotta go get ready for the ceremony this afternoon.
I guess you could say I'm fashionably late.
Okay, just want to start by welcoming you all here today. We're so happy that you're here to celebrate these amazing students and the incredible film they made. I feel it's the least we could do to bestow this high honor upon these talented filmmakers and actors. As the co-director of the Film Arts Department, I am proud to bestow the McGar...
I'll let you finish. Real quickly, I just wanted to emphasize how good I am at filmmaking. I mean, I practically pulled these actors off of the street to still create one of the greatest works of art of all time. I just hope my charity here doesn't go unnoticed. It is truly an honor to give back to the world in such a beautiful way. On behalf of me, myself, and I graciously accept this award with such honor.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up! We don't need or ever did need your charity. You're so outrageous. You know, it was us that made the collector, not you. Now get off this stage and let us accept our award.
Well, I guess none of you ever needed my guiding light anyway.
Miller! Can we just get one more statement?
Go away! I cannot stand your leeching! Go make your own success in this industry.
After this reunion, none of the other actors or crew who worked on The Collector would ever hear from Miller again. I tried to contact him after we wrapped shooting, but I wasn't able to get any response. I still think about Miller, his curly hair and blue eyes, and ferocious propensity for making art. It still haunts me to this day.